Good morning, everyone. It's a great pleasure for all of us that today we are going to talk about something very new and very fresh, which is again one of the addition to a series of online interactive sessions which we are already running. And today is the fourth session in the series, and our series is being run under the title Fostering Mental and Psychological Health, and especially we are doing it in order to see the psychological, emotional, and social issues which people from different areas they are having due to pandemic COVID-19, right? So I welcome all of you. And of course, the chief patron of my program is Professor Dr. Gurmel Singh Ji, who is the worthy Vice Chancellor of Akali University. And he was supposed to be here inaugurating this session, but due to his busy schedule somewhere in the university and official work, it is not possible for him to be here right now. Maybe that he joins us soon. So we'll start our session. Now the forum consists of five of us. Of course, the chief patron, Professor Gurmel Singh Ji, and then the chief speaker, that is Doctor, Assistant Professor, Professor, the creator, the chief speaker, the resource person of today's program, that is Dr. Chandrali Sen. She's Associate Professor in the Department of Psychology, University of Rajasthan, Jaipur. So I welcome you, ma'am, into this session. And other people of the forum, they are me, Dr. Vandana Sharma, Professor Emeritus in the Department of Psychology, Akali University, then Professor Dr. Ibadat Khanji, he is the HOD Psychology. Then we have got Simran and Priyanka, both of them, the Assistant Professor in the Department of Psychology, Akali University. And of course, my all dignitaries who are joining us in some or the other form, and my very dear viewers. I welcome you all to this session, and my special thanks and welcome to Dr. Chandrali. It is something very difficult to talk about the CV of Dr. Chandrali, but still I'll try to do that. Dr. Chandrali, as I have already told you, that she is Associate Professor at Department of Psychology, University of Rajasthan, Jaipur. She has 20 years of experience in teaching and research in various areas which are related to psychological, social issues in our society. She has around 45 papers published in various international and national journals. Just see 7 PhDs at such a young age. They have been produced and awarded under her guidance. She has been holding various sessions at prestigious organizations as resource person. And recently visited, I would like to mention a couple of them. This was MS University, Baroda, then Savitri Bai Phule University, Pune, then Banastali Vidyapeeth, Nivai, Rajasthan. She is an eminent organizational psychologist, and her current research and the focus and the interest is in the area of positive psychology. And that is why you can very well see the topic which she has chosen today. It is crafting thought to revitalize self, a psychological transition. And that way, the title itself shows so much creativity on her part because it is crafting. It is not just modifying thoughts, it is crafting. And there is a lot of difference between crafting your thought and modifying your thought, which Dr. Sen will herself brief you about. So I welcome you, Doctor, to this session. And yes, as everybody knows that there are different sources of energy in our mind, body, and soul. And these sources of energy, their nature, their functions, it all depends on what we are doing for it. Here I'll give you a very simple example. Let's say that there are two dogs. One is the positive dog, the other one is the negative dog. And both of them, they are fighting with each other. The simple question is, which dog wins? It's not a very simple question. You'll have to answer. Both the dogs, they are fighting with each other. One is a positive dog, the other one is a negative dog. And the simple answer is that dog is going to win whom are you feeding the most. जिसको आप खिला पिला के तगड़ा कर रहे हैं, that dog is going to win. So today, Dr. Sen is going to let us know about how to make that positive dog more and more strong, so that different things in your life, they could be shaded with positivity, they could be colored with constructivity, they could be made more towards proactivity, and we could move towards the challenging time of pandemic COVID-19 in a more positive and constructive way. Because it says that you get what you plant. Whatever you have been planting, you are going to get back in return. So, in case you are planting your positive thoughts, they are going to give you a situation where you are full of confidence. You have curiosity to know about the things. You are brave, you are bold, you are careful, you are optimistic, you are full of joy and happiness. You have an interesting approach towards life. You are a kind hearted person. You are high on cheerfulness. You are enthusiastic to know about the things. You have overall life satisfaction. You are self accepting, which is so much important. So many situations we see that people just go on criticizing themselves, their own selves. हमारे पास ये होता तो अच्छा था, मेरे पास वो होता तो अच्छा था, मेरा ये ऐसा होता तो अच्छा था. And this is when you yourself are not accepting yourself because of your negative thoughts leading to negative self emotions. How do you expect others to accept you? The first requisite is self acceptance, self respect, loving yourself. And all this is possible only when you have crafted a positive self for you. And what happens? Your negative emotions, there's a big list of them. Negative thoughts, they lead to negative emotions. These are fear, anger, stress, depression, anxiety, disgust, irritation, self harm, and so much, so many more. Just go on adding negative emotions to your thought patterns. And if this is your state of the present situation, what are you going to get out of it? You will be crafting a negative self for yourself. A negative self for yourself, just go on criticizing yourself. ये भी नहीं है, वो भी नहीं है, वो भी नहीं है, वो भी नहीं है. हमारे पास भी नहीं है, हमारी situation भी नहीं है. Nobody understands me. Things are not good. So that is how the things, they just go on out of your hand. They go beyond your control. So today's session, I know that Dr. Chandrani Sen, I'm not the expert in this area, but Dr. Chandrani Sen, I assure you, dear viewers, that she is going to let us know about the positive strategies, about the constructive ways, so that we could get something, we could craft something positive as far as the status of our, it boosts life energy, it makes your life fulfilled. As we have already seen, that the title is fostering mental and psychological health. So when you are crafting a positive self out of your positive thoughts and positive emotions, this is going to give you a positive state of your mind and positive state of yourself. And that is how you are going to foster your emotional and psychological well-being. And that is how you are going to optimize, you are going to maximize the potentials which you have got. Because craft, something very, very simple. What does craft mean? Craft includes expression. It is something which is related with your vision. It is something which involves a lot of creativity, some artistic way of looking at the things. This is a skill which you are not born with, but you have to train yourself. So, Dr. Chandrani, I will not take much of the time of my viewers because they all must be eagerly waiting to listen to the chief speaker of today's program. So, but one thing I can assure all of you, my dear viewers, that after you go back attending today's program, you are going to have some skills, you are going to learn some strategies so that out of the whole arena of your experiences, you are able to craft that positive uh, self of yours, which is the need of R, especially in the prevailing conditions of pandemic COVID-19. So I again welcome you, Dr. Chandrani, to this session. Now I would like the speaker, the chief speaker, to take the podium, please. Please to come. Dr. Sen, please.
Thank you so much, ma'am. First of all, I would thank you for creating and crafting the base for this session. Yeah, taking a session in front of a mentor is a task, and I can really feel the anxiety which is going inside me, that how can I take a session when my idol mentor is in front of me. So, well, ma'am, I will try to do justice, and the limit which you have set, I would really try to match that benchmark of it. I would formally extend my warm welcome to all the viewers on this virtual platform. I would also thank Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Gurmil Singh sir, Convener Professor Vandana Sharma ma'am, who coordinated Dr. Ibadat Khan and also the team members for giving me this opportunity where I can share my own views on how we can craft our thought process. And psychologically, we all can make transitions to rejuvenate ourselves. So the main focus is how can we design our thinking, and what are the ways through which we can design our thinking, and ultimately it's going to take a transition to rejuvenate ourselves, or say revitalize ourselves. So I will start with the session. Please bear with me for a minute for making a screen sharing the screen view. Am I able to share the screen with you all?
Perfect, perfect.
Perfect. Just give me a minute. Yeah. So yeah, the session will talk about crafting thoughts to revitalize self, a psychological transition. And the present session would focus on these parameters as learning objectives, sharing experiential learning during lockdown, that I have done a research with my research scholar, and we have come with a brilliant outcome of the research during this pandemic lockdown. And the research was on coping styles and the experiential learnings through which we have done the coping styles. The concern when home becomes your workstation, a new normal. It is for the young adults who are working from home, for online classes, for climbing up the education ladder, or say we as a workstation, say I'm taking a session here. So this is a new normal for me, which I have never experienced other than this secluded phase of my life. So this session would also talk about the new concern, and how we can revisit and redesign ourselves for this changed perspective and rebalance ourselves, wherein we can really fit with this new changed perspective and make us all the more gather the resurgence of our energy and give a full shot to our workstation. So this was the main focus of the way I have tried to design the session. Well, when we talk about challenges faced during this period, so these are the challenges which I could outline for last 125 days of forced seclusion, which was initially given to us, that we were all physically distancing ourselves from the outer world. And while we were distancing ourselves from the outer world, there was all of a sudden a lot of physical proximity to the inner zone, to the family, which was earlier, we were in a very autopilot set of mode, where in 5 to 6 hours we used to be outside our inner zone area, and then out of those 5-6 hours we used to come back to our comfort zone. But now that own comfort zone was the everything of ourselves, the workstation, the comfort, and also the adjustments. Then comes the isolation. So that was the initial perception. Then accordingly, we were feeling isolated. Moreover, I would really want to focus, other than isolation, we were secluded. Why? Isolation, distancing from the world, made us feel isolated. But other than that, we were restricted to one area. And that restriction, if initially imposed, but we imposed ourselves for our own well-being, physical and mental well-being. Then time, managing time was also a big task, because the day and night I used to get WhatsApp messages that everything seems similar, whether it is a Monday or a Tuesday or it's a morning or evening. So there was a topsy-turvy of deciding which part of the day is productive. And the later impact or overall stagnation of the environment was also a big question for all of us, whether it is a young adult or whether it is a middle adulthood or for the elderly section of the society. All were thinking about, all of a sudden the environment was stagnant. And with this stagnation, the young minds were really finding hard to have a vision on the career progression that they were making all these while a progressive zone for understanding their career ladder, that after doing this they can take up that. But now this and that is the uncertainty, and with this uncertainty, future uncertainty, that was in holistic perception, that was for more than these 100 days. And these were the real challenges which we all were facing. And you know what I have noticed with all these challenges, there was one important fact which we all must have faced, was resistance to change. When there was a demand, the first factor which comes in our mind is resistance. So whenever something is forced on us, we retaliate in a way that we are resistant to this kind of demand which is being laid to us externally. So with this resistance comes thought process, comes thinking. So here is the main turning point of the session, where I really wanted you all to focus on that this uncertainty of life made us realize that there are a lot of resistance with us and our thought process, and those resistance is really shaping our thought process, which we think we are unable to hold them, we are unable to control them. But mark my words, we are the creator of our own thoughts, and those thoughts are gonna create our world, our future, our present. So this uncertainty word, what happens when we are thinking about the term pandemic or uncertainty? What happens? First thought which comes in our mind would be negative. And here is the slide which talks about that brain is wired to think negative. And when we say that brain is wired to think negative, there is a statistical support to this research that according to National Science Foundation, in a day, we have 12,000 to 60,000 of thoughts that we create in a day. Out of those 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts, can you beat that? 80% of thoughts are negative. And if we do a further statistics, 95% of the thoughts are repetitive. Now, what happens? The negative thoughts, because brain is wired to think negative, what happens? Those negative thoughts are multiplied. So there is a very good scientific mechanism which runs behind it, and that is cognitive psychologists gave a beautiful explanation stating that activation of any node leads to spreading of activation of connected nodes. Now, what are these nodes? What happens? One negative thought, when is there in our mind, it replicates or it ignites the negative word from our mind. So that's a combination, that's a mechanism, and it is an endorsed mechanism कि वो जो एक negative हमने thought सोचा है, that's a fear, so that's a crisis that give the ignition of one negative word. Now what happens? All similar words, that's known as semantic networking, all similar words are there in a connected network zone. And what happens in that connected network zone, जब एक word निकला, उससे related हमारे बहुत सारे negative words आते हैं. That's how repetition of thoughts is 95%. Why? Because one negative word would replicate several negative words identically, and this is known as hierarchical networking कि एक word फिर उसका hierarchy और negative, उसका hierarchy और negative, और ये ladder बढ़ता जाता है. And then what happens? End of the day, we realize that the entire world is very negative, or we cannot take charge of this negativity, and maximum people, they would realize that everything, the functioning of brain and the thought process is very automatic, and we don't hold the charge of this automatic process, wherein you can rewire your brain. So as a psychologist, I would really want to take your attention in rewiring your brain. हमें ये तो बता दिया कि negative से positive करना है, but वो जो कैसे word है, how to convert your negative thoughts to positive thought will be the focus of this session. So here, I would say that we need to rejig our thought process. Now, what is rejig? That is rearranging our thought process. Now, in a day, you will have to really realize, really understand, and be conscious in understanding that what kind of thought process are you multiplying. See, any psychological disorder, I would always say it is a multiplication of thought that makes you lonely. So the more you are multiplying the thoughts and the negative kind of thoughts, you are more dragging yourself to a shell. So how you can rearrange your thoughts? First, you will have to label, and then you have to take an action accordingly. Now, the question comes, what is labeling of thought? See, if the world is in crisis, there is no harm to perceive the crisis. I would never say that, a crisis को आप happiness में perceive करें. No, it is okay. The feeling of negativity or the perception of negativity of the environment is very much acceptable. So what happens, those thoughts, those negative thoughts can be categorized into two, that is healthy negative and unhealthy negative. What are healthy negative thoughts? So healthy negative thoughts are what? That we think negative and then we plan an action for the solution of those thoughts. So those are labeled to be as healthy negative thoughts. Wherein when we are thinking unhealthy and we have no action plan accordingly, so what we are doing, we are multiplying those, replicating those negative thoughts all the more with support system of the words, and therefore we are in shell of negativity. So we are our own choice whether we want to live with that shell or we want to pull ourselves out of that shell. So this is a very interesting way of rearranging your thought process. That is, you label it, you consciously make an effort that am I really thinking negative? For example, if I take about this pandemic word and this uncertainty of the environment, there are a lot of issues which has come for us. Say for me, if taking up this class online was a big resistance for me as a teacher. And then I realized that a lot of problems, there is no eye contact, all the videos are off. Then I realized that is this the worry that the videos are off? Or it is the worry that I am unable to deliver the way I have been doing it in the class. So what I did, my negative thought process which created resistance in me, I tried to find an action plan by taking more classes online and trying to get friendly with this mode of communication. So action plan strategy is more important than to live with it that which is not happening and which you are unable to feel comfort. Why? Because we all were in our own autopilot mode. अब उस ऑटोपायलट मोड जहाँ पे हमने अपनी जिंदगी को बहुत सालों से बसा रखी थी और वो अचानक चेंज चाहता है, तो हमारी जो थॉट और रीडिजाइनिंग ऑफ थॉट प्रोसेस है वो भी थोड़ा सा इट इज जस्ट लाइक एन आइस water formed to an ice. So now melting is important. Unfreezing of self is very important. So I take you to this problem focus to solution focus perspectives of our life. So whenever there is an challenging environment, the focus, as the negative brain is wired to be thinking negative. So what happens? Our entire focus is towards the problem. Now, if your thoughts are healthy negative, what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to shift it to solution focused. We are supposed to shift it to the strategies which we can formulate to perhaps combat that problem focus zone. Say we cannot go out in this pandemic and there are a lot of things which are getting blocked. So, and there is a lot of say, virus in the environment and which can hit us, and then and then replicate
Which
it after that.
soil type is the
I would
most
request
widely
everyone to
spread
please mute
and
yourself.
important soil in India?
Yeah. I would request everyone to mute yourself, please.
Which
So what we can do, the solution focused thought would be what I can do as a citizen to prevent myself and our society, and making a social distancing with the world. So that's my measure. Sanitization for my own own health, and also for my family's health would be another concern for that. So from problem, what my focus would be, it would be solution focused. The entire ball game is of your mindset. And I would say that all thoughts are initially gathered and accumulated at the mind, and the entire mindset has to be changed. What we had a fixed mindset earlier. What we have to do is now we have to really work on a methodical thinking kind of mindset, wherein uh, instant creative new ideas had to be developed, and therefore we can really change our mind. Just shake your mindset and see that whether your thoughts are being productive, or whether your lifestyle which is there based on your mindset is directing your brain. क्या होता है, हमारे थॉट्स जो है बहुत बार हमारे ब्रेन को सिग्नल्स देते हैं. साइकोलॉजी में हमने एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फंडामेंटल पढ़ा हुआ है, दैट इज फेशियल फीडबैक हाइपोथेसिस. दैट इज योर फेशियल मसल्स give a feedback to your brain, and that the person is happy or sad, just a facial muscle. So what we are doing, we are playing pseudo emotions. So brain is going to secrete a hormone known as happy, but you're not happy, you're just smiling, but your facial muscles are giving a message signal to your brain. See, you can generate your emotions. Why? Because we ourselves, we have happy hormones with us. So here the change of mindset is, rather than looking happiness outside, we can inculcate it within ourselves by simply exercising our brain, designing our thought process, and changing our mindset accordingly. Now, until you change your thinking, you will always recycle your experiences. Every time having acquainted with the bad experiences is always because our thought process did not change. We are the same, and so is our thought process, and we believe that we cannot take charge of our thought process. So ultimately क्या हो रहा है, बार बार हमारे साथ experiences हो रहे हैं जो हम नहीं चाहते हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि हमने अपने thought process को संभाला ही नहीं. So crafting your thought process is very important. And I would really want to take your attention to a study which was conducted in this pandemic, and the experiential learning which people have developed, the young adults have developed during this pandemic. So I would really want to share my research results here. So as I said, this resistance made us really take a look into ourselves. So the moment we looked into ourselves, there are a lot of self-reflections. And self-reflection, I would say, we take up a lot of introspection. हमने अपने अंदर बहुत झांका और देखा कि what all changes we can do in our own pattern, wherein we can adjust with this inner zone, and somewhere physical distancing should not combat the social inhibitions which we earlier had with the environment. So what happened? The resettling self happened. So this research has given a vision that how did we resettle? See, there are two concepts of well-being. One is hedonic and one is eudaimonic. So there was a beautiful outcome of the result, that those who were really seeking happiness from outside were now trying to seek happiness within themselves. See, there was a shift, there was a reshuffling of mindset. And those who were really looking only within self before pandemic, they started seeking happiness from the environment that was given to them. So they were no more in that their secluded self of being with themselves only. देखिए ये perspective, this change of perspective was remarkable. And I would say that people had tried to rebalance themselves in this zone of pandemic. So what we are doing, we are only focusing on the infection. We are focusing on the rate of the numbers which are multiplying for the disease. But we are not focusing that what would happen to us. So we have reshuffled ourselves. And I'm sure that we all, whoever is there in this forum, in this virtual platform, we all must have done something or the other to just adjust ourselves, to be with ourselves, little more productive, little more getting adapted to the procedural skills which we had. So these are the outcomes, positive outcomes, which we need to focus. But what are we focusing? जो नहीं कर पाए, जहाँ जहाँ नहीं जा पाए. So the focus was on nahi, but rather the focus should be on self. So these were the beautiful research outcomes out of thematic analysis, and these were self-exploration, knowledge enhancement, virtual reliance, and self-regulation. देखिए कितना सब कुछ सबने किया, सबकी लर्निंग अपने अपने strategies develop किए without any teaching, without any joining any classes, how to deal with this lockdown phase of life. But we all settled. See, this research was done on young adults, and this research was done after 1 month of forced seclusion, जब बिल्कुल लॉकडाउन चल रहा था, क्योंकि हम ये कहते हैं कि हैबिट फॉर्मेशन 21 days में होता है. And after those 21 days, we took around 30 days where they have readjusted themselves, adapted one kind of mechanism, coping styles, and worked upon it. So the interview were taken after 1 month, and these were the beautiful outcomes wherein people really looked into themselves. They tried to explore themselves. They really wanted to make their attachment to their inner zone. So eudaimonic kind of well-being was more nurtured. Knowledge enhancement was very much, I'm seeing, you all must be seeing that cooking had been a spree for irrespective of the gender biases. Everybody was cooking. Why? Because that was the easiest way of dragging oneself, diverting oneself to kitchen. And whether it is a male or female, I could see recipes coming out, flooding, and giving a lot of anxieties those who have not been cooking well. So that's a knowledge enhancement, procedural kind of skill-based knowledge. And this virtual reliance was also there. Virtual reliance is what? Social media was a platform where socializing took place, and entertainment was taken out of social media. Earlier, what happened, we used to go to social gatherings and seek entertainment out of those physical presence. But now with this kind of adjustment, there's watch parties which are going on, there are Zoom parties which are going on, Google Meet parties which are going on. So this kind of platform, these days my university students are saying they will take up a farewell on Zoom meeting. So that's a kind of farewell meeting. Even I am really looking forward that the DJ sound, how they can appreciate being at their home. And the last point is self-regulation. And I have been consistently telling in my all the sessions that how disciplining self is very important. Disciplining oneself, setting boundaries oneself with their thought process is the freedom actually to self. We should not quest for the freedom by not having boundaries. And the moment you put boundaries in your life, the moment you draw certain circles inside, outside of your own self, that is the actual freedom you are looking for yourself. So these are the research outcomes which I found I should really share on this platform, the experiential coping strategies. And now comes for this session that how can we design our thinking? So the crafting process is actually, we would start now that how can we design our thinking? See, we all by now, at this respectable age, if we have crossed 20s, we all by now know that what gives us happiness and where do we find mental peace. So we know our comfort zone, we know our trigger points, and we know where the anger triggers points of our life are. So, but what is lacking is we don't acknowledge it. We don't acknowledge that we can generate happiness out of it. We all have been knowing that dopamine is there, secretion is within us, but we have not been really trying to secrete within us to take the spike within us. Rather, we are trying to seek it from the outside. So here we design our thinking. So for my lecture, I would really take focus on this self-nurturance. And these self-nurturance can be done by 3 ways. Rewiring your thought process, be your own moderator, and staying fit, whether physically or mentally. You should take charge of yourself. You should really one should almost believe in oneself. One should really have a self-reflection. And mark my words, I have experienced in all this travel of life that whenever there is a challenging situation, something brilliant is an outcome. As a person, you change, you try to redesign your thought process, or as a person, you would make a lot of readjustment to yourself, and the outcome out of those crisis situation is mind blowing. So as an individual, if you have shaped, so shaping is out of only those crisis period. What happens in good times? We are very lazy, and in crisis times we are all charged. Why? Because we, all our energy, all our drive forces us to take hold, to take charge of the situation. So here self nurturance is the way through which you can take charge of your thought process. So when we are talking about rewiring thought process, I would really take up these are not taken from some any other slides, these are very self made. The counterbalance technique. What I gave you a ratio, if you remember, that was 80% of negative thoughts. So now what we have to do? We have to counterbalance consciously that 90% of time we should think positive. So that's a conscious effort to self. And 10% you can think negative without having any guilt about that I'm thinking too negative. So perception of event is fine, but you have to counterbalance it with restructuring your thought process by some problem to solution focused. Now, be a methodical thinker. What happened? Up till now, we have been a very comprehensive kind of thinker. What is a comprehensive kind of thinker? A set thinker who will always do the work, problem solving out of their own experiences, which was set earlier. Ab kya hua? This is a new phase in our life. None of us have ever experienced this phase, this pandemic in our lifetime. And this makes us a methodical thinker, a creative thinker, a thinker with something newness in yourself. And that can only happen when you are really shaking your thoughts to redesign them. Next is strengthening neurological pathway of the brain by disciplining thoughts. What are these? These are, as I said, behavior formation takes place in 21 days. Now the question comes how? सबको पता है 21 दिन में say about 21 days behavior formulate hota hai. Kaise? There is a beautiful mechanism which runs behind it. William James was the propounder of this mechanism, and he endorsed it and stating that there is, if you do one activity, that creates a path in your neural circuit. तो क्या होता है हमारा पाथ, तो एक काम को रोज करने पे क्या होता है, न्यूरल सर्किट का पाथ एस्टैब्लिश होता है. और वही चीज जब हम करना छोड़ देते हैं, we lose it, we don't do it, the created path will come back with lot of muds on it, just like a sand coming back to the road which you have created. So if you practice one habit again and again, you will create a path, neural pathway. So why am I saying it here? You will have to practice positive thoughts that creates a neural circuit, and therefore it establishes. फिर क्या होता है? The moment you think negative or you perceive negative, automatically you will be taking it to a solution focused. So problem से हमारा जो automatic conversion है solution की तरफ, वो इस path establishment में होगा, ताकि हम हर दिन उसको practice करें. So we have to consciously counterbalance first, and then we will establish a neurological pathway, and then things will be becoming automatic. You looking at you should give positive vibes, and positive vibes, believe me, can't be generated in a pseudo way. Internally you're negative and externally you're showcasing positive is not possible. So first, cleaning in self is important, and cleaning in self can be only taking balance when you can counterbalance, when you can take charge of your thoughts. The last point is very important, self-affirmations, and we have all been knowing. See, all of us know that there are pre-hypnotic and post-hypnotic zones of our life. What is pre and post? Hypnotize, I'm sure we all know that as a psychologist, लोग डरते हैं कि कहीं hypnotize नहीं कर ले, वश में नहीं कर ले. तो क्या होता है, हम अपने आप को भी अपने वश में कर सकते हैं. See, we are so powerful. And just before we sleep, that is known as pre-hypnotic zone. And just after we wake up, that is known as post-hypnotic. वो जो snooze का effect होता है, वो जो 10 मिनट हम सोते हैं, और जो रोने से पहले जो आपको कोई हिला रहा है एंड जगा रहा है कि भाई उठो, जब वो जो झपकी आपको आती है, that is your hypnotic zone. You can hypnotize yourself by self-affirmation. What is self-affirmation? Something positive you're quoting yourself, और उसको हम रिपीट करते हैं, say about 5 times before you go up to sleep and 5 times when you wake up. And I have bought a very good self affirmation statement which is holistic for everyone. Everyone can practice. You all can take a screenshot of this self affirmation and you all can practice. I'm whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious and happy. और ये अगर आप सोने से पहले अपने सेल्फ हिप्नोटिक जोन में बोल के सोएं लाउडली, और उठने के बाद अगर आप बोलें, यू सी रिमार्केबली यू विल चेंज द पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ योर थॉट प्रोसेस. वो जो जगने के बाद वो जो एंजाइटीज और ग्लूमीनेस हमें आता है, that would fade away with this kind of self affirmation. So what this slide is very important, rewiring thought. This is how you design your thought process. Counterbalance, methodical thinker, by establishing habit by your counterbalancing attitude and giving self affirmations to self. Now becomes you are your own moderator. So what is the task of a moderator of a session? The task of a moderator is just to a session should go on. There should be a very smooth flowing flow of session. Similarly, we can be our own moderator of our own life. How? Unplugging self. For example, I'm at home right now, but I made it a point that I unplugged myself from this home activities, and so you all are, those who have put on their videos on, they are very much there with me on this virtual session. So you have unplugged yourself. Now the moment you are putting off this laptop and you are putting off this virtual platform, you are unplugging workstation and completely you are detaching yourself to your home activities. So this unplugging, shifting is very important. Now what you have to do for this unplugging, shifting? One important aspect which I would really want you all to know, that your dressing is very important. If you are on this virtual platform, you should make it a point that the way you used to go to your office should be the way to be here on this virtual platform. Why? Now question comes, kyun we can just put a dupatta or a sari or just a shirt and we can come here? I tell you the reason behind it. There is again a research which states that if we dress up, dressing up gives you a mood upliftment, and just slipping into casual dressing will not give you that boost in energy which a formal dressing would give. And I would not say formal is you wear a formal suit with a tie and sit here, but other than that you will have to be dressing in a way that gives you a boost to your energy. Then also there is a research which said that your emotions and feelings are attached to your dressing. How? So emotions and feelings are attached to your dressing in a way that the moment you are dressing up to your formal office wear, there is a kind of detachment of feelings which and emotions that were associated with your home. So that's a complete shifting on and off में help करता है. Next, maintaining a ecological cycle. I have coined this term, please bear with it. Just like a biological cycle, we know कब उठना है और कब सोना है. Indian Standard Time के हिसाब से हम maintain करते हैं. अब हमको क्या करना है, हमें ecological cycle maintain करना है. Sundays has to be treated the way it was, because the students, they are there only at home, they are not going out. What they are doing, they are shuffling their Sundays, Mondays together. No, you can sleep Sunday more, but Monday to Saturday should be again on the getting up, sleeping, the routine. Disciplining self is very, very important. The more you discipline, the better will be the Sunday for you. And ये इसलिए और important है, so that you don't have to reset again Sundays. Once you start working, once you start going to your college, you don't have to really again establish that Sunday cycle. So this ecological cycle is very important. Digital detoxification. Now see, this screen is everything for all of us. And too much of screen, I personally feel that last 3 months, too much of screen is giving me a struggle for my eyesight also. So what you have to do, you have to digitally detoxify yourself, just like the way we detoxify our body. Similarly, you have to detoxify. कैसे? 7 बजे के बाद there is a mobile, आजकल ऐप है जो आपका ऑफ हो जाता है, notifications आने बंद हो जाते हैं. So you don't have to notify. You are not a doctor right now that you have somebody is dying without your attention. Yes, a psychologist definitely would need your attention, but people would need your attention, but then you will have to take a ease of your own mental well-being also. So psychological ethical rule said that we need to put boundaries for our session taking also. So you will have to digitally detoxify. Then touch base with your friends, but avoid social media. क्यों? एक तरफ तो हम कहते हैं सोशल मीटिंग अब वर्चुअल प्लेटफॉर्म हो गया तो सोशली कनेक्टेड रहे, और दूसरी तरफ कहते हैं कि भाई अवॉइड करें. व्हाई? आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट फेसबुक, ट्विटर and lot of social media wherein clogging of information is the big concern. अभी मैं आपको क्या कह रही थी, multiplication of thought is dangerous, multiplication of negative unhealthy thought is dangerous. So the moment you are seeing lot of social information clogging, what happens? Automatically multiplication happens of thought, and then which way it is taking, looking others dressed, you are getting unhappy. People posting 30 webinars in a day, they have seen, we are getting anxiety. I have not seen one webinar in a month. So that is all social clogging, and again you are taking to that isolation. So touch base with friends is only possible by what I would say connecting your specifically exclusive friends with whom you can connect on the same page where you left them before. So this is very important, and doing something new on weekly basis. I am getting a lot of questions for counseling sessions that कितना webinars attend करें, हर webinar interesting लगता है, हर session अच्छा लगता है, तो आपको आपका mental well-being important है, तो you should also say no to those. Weekly आप decide कर ले कि 5 देखने आए, per day 1 देखना है, up to you. But भेड़ चाल में चलना है, 10 webinars attend करना है, should not be the question route में. Initially सबने किया, it's fine. Once in a while you do it is fine. But doing it periodically and you're losing your sleep and just seeing the webinars and say virtual platform seminars and conferences would not be good for your well-being. So this is how you moderate yourself. Unplugging, the ecological cycle, detoxification, friends touch base, and weekly basis yourself. Now staying fit is very important. For me, I would say physical and mental well-being is very aligned. Physically आप फिट और मेंटली अनफिट नहीं हो सकते, मेंटली फिट एंड फिजिकली अनफिट हम नहीं हो सकते. सो देयर शुड बी अ ब्यूटीफुल एमलगेशन बिटवीन बोथ, एंड फॉर दैट यू नीड टू डू योगा एंड प्राणायामा फॉर योर ओन मेंटल पीस. For nobody, see, in 24 hours you can give 1 hour to yourself, and if not 1 hour, at least half an hour to yourself. And this is very important for the morning hours. Now the question arises, these days students get up at 11. And then they start yoga and pranayama at 11:30, which is half of the day past. And then they said, I started my day with yoga and pranayama. No, that morning zone, that morning peace, that morning calmness, and the chirpiness of birds has a different impact of doing your yoga sessions in the morning hours. So those who really want to inculcate this happiness within themselves, they need to practice it only in morning hours. Then we all know, just a sec, my laptop is running out of battery.
Okay, take your time.
Thank you. Another technical hitch between the session.
Yeah, so natural and so normal also. New normal.
Yes. So I come back. Yeah. So we all know our trigger zones. As I've been telling you, हम सबके कुछ stress points भी हैं. For example, for me, my stress point is headache. For someone else, it is irritable bowel syndrome. थोड़ा सा stress लिया और bowel movements आने लग जाते हैं, stomach upset हो जाता है. So what we have to do, we have to take care of your stress points. The moment your physiological body is giving you triggers, you have to understand that, am I really suffering with stress, or am I really thinking negative? Stress is again related to your negative perception, negative thought process. Now, this is what I wonderfully found was shake therapy. Now, what is shake therapy? We all may not do dancing. And if somebody in session would say that you have to do dance and dance is a therapy. So now this dancing becomes a anxiety arousing situation when we have not been knowing the dancing. So those who don't know dancing can simply put on a music and shake yourself. See what happens when you shake yourself? Right now you all are in session. After one and a half hour, when we get up, your back is at a strain, and then you have a lot of physical posture sitting in a one position. So what you just get up, close the door. Otherwise people will think that what psychological tips did you get, and just shake yourself. That is the way when entire system is alive again, entire system is rejuvenating once again. We all know laugh is a medicine. And as I just gave you the example of facial feedback hypothesis, अगर हम upset भी होते हैं, mark my words, you are upset and you want to cry and tears are rolling down, close the door in front of mirror if you laugh. Pseudo laugh. Your tears will go away, vanish. Why? Because laughing is stretching the muscles and giving message to your brain that the person is happy. जबकि गलत मैसेज है, बट ब्रेन तो मैकेनिकल है, ब्रेन तो मैसेज पे चलता है और ब्रेन का फंक्शन है सिर्फ काम करना. So what happens? Your pseudo message is giving to your brain and therefore you are laughing. So laughing is a medicine. Why it is known to join laughter clubs? You laugh and you generate those hormones which creates happiness within you. Next is visual relaxation technique. One of the very important techniques which I would say, we are unable to go out. Summer vacations have all gone and we have not visited any hill station as people have been really doing it. So you just close your eyes, take a look of a beach or a plain which is beautiful with flowers and just visually relax yourself with an instrumental music. This is known as visual relaxation technique. You can do it for 15 minutes in a week or on a day if you're feeling very clogged up. So this will really help you give a soothing self and an energy to revitalize yourself. And the last is muscle relaxation technique. Now, what is muscle relaxation technique? This is this very famous technique is given by Jacobson. You can Google Jacobson muscle relaxation technique. एक फिगर आ जाता है, वो आपके हर पार्ट मसल्स को 5 मिनट के अंदर रिलैक्स कर देता है. You hold your muscles and you free. You hold your muscles, every part of your muscles of your body, and then you set yourself free. So these are all techniques through which you can stay fit. Now the question arises कि designing में क्या इतना सब कुछ करना पड़ेगा? So the question arises that designing is a package. Similarly, as our life is a package, you cannot only live with happiness, you cannot only live with perfection. So similarly, our thought process is a package. The moment you think you are overthinking on one aspect, one mantra which I can tell you is just get busy. मान लीजिए आप shift नहीं कर पा रहे, negative thought से positive में shift नहीं कर पा रहे, तो what do you do that time? All of a sudden direct yourself in some activity which takes all your attention. Then you play a game. Mark my words, you cannot think anything. Why? Because all your attention is driven to that playing. Similarly, if you are doing any activity for a period of time, activity which takes your energy, so you cannot really think more when you are involved yourself in an activity. तो पहले तो हमने conscious effort किया, diversion of thought process को consciously by doing in some activity, and when you are trained in doing it, then you can rationally think that I should be more solution focused than problem focused. So with this, I come to an end of this session, today's session, which says that what we are today comes from our thoughts of yesterday, and our present thoughts build our life of tomorrow. Our life is a creation of our mind, and mind is a powerful bank of thought process. So it runs its own world. So we are capable of designing our thoughts. We are capable of taking charge of our life, and we are capable of generating a lot of happiness out of the world which has been given to us. So no matter whatever the environment is, we need to do something which can bring us into a better self and into a healthier and happier life. So thank you so much for bearing me and to be so patient. And thank you so much, Vandana ma'am, to be there throughout the session, which made me a little conscious also. I'm so glad that you were completely there for the session. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Chandrani. I lack words in telling my appreciation for what you have been doing in this session. And in fact, it must not be just mine, but it must be every viewer's appreciation that nobody, in fact, wants to make you stop here only. Just go on continuing. This is what the aura of your program. because the kind of things which you have briefed us, the kind of strategies, the kind of therapies which you have been briefing our viewers and me also, they are so unique in themselves and they are so apt keeping in view the present prevailing conditions and the way highly convincing mode of style which you have adopted, starting from your first sentence that you have to rewire your brain. And that, I think, it explains everything. That it is not a very easy job to craft your
Exactly.
different thought patterns, that you could have a different mindset. But the way in a flow, all these therapies and techniques which you have been briefing about, the focus is from problem to solution. And if that is the mindset, then I think things are very, very easy. But your session, it should be always kept with everybody like a Gita or Ramayana kind of thing with oneself. So that whenever you start feeling about the problem focused things more and more, you should have this kind of self briefing to yourself that no, this is has to be moved from problem to the focus one, which is more optimistic, which is more productive in nature. And then, of course, one other thing which is very, very important, the dread sense. I am so fond of you, your this thing, I do believe, but this is the first time that I am listening to the chief speaker who is also authenticating what I used to think. The way you, the moment you wear yourself, your dress or your sleepers or your whatever formals you do otherwise carry, the moment you fit yourself into those things, your brain starts telling you that look, you have to go forward. So it's a
And I've been
wonderful
really
part.
practicing it, ma'am. I've been really
Yeah,
practicing. If I take a session, I make it a point that I don't only take a session and use these rosy words. I would make it a point that I get dressed up in a very formal way and take my classes too for the university. So I preach it also. And
yeah.
I am so thankful to you, ma'am, that you have really liked the session. I'm really thankful to you.
Dr. Chandrani, there is a bundle of positive feedback for you, which is so much understanding also. But
Thank
here we are going to the other forum of our different people from our department, Dr. Ibadat Khan, the HOD Psychology, then Ms. Simran and Ms. Priyanka, who are ready with different questions which my audience are going to raise with your
you.
expertise,
Thank
right?
you.
So over to Dr. Ibadat now. Dr. Ibadat, please.
Thank you so much, Vandana ma'am. And it was a wonderful, educative, informative, and beautiful presentation, ma'am. Well presented with well understanding. And I hope our audience was listening and they will apply it in their life and excel in their life. So there are lots of questions, and I've selected one question from Indrajit Kaur from our department. The question is, ma'am, what kind of hobbies we can develop during pandemic to crafting positive thoughts in our mind and family?
Okay. So you're talking about hobbies?
Hobbies, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, during this pandemic. See, this pandemic had been this word and this this new normal is very new for all of us. And it has been noticed that in this pandemic, we have been nurturing with lot of our procedural skills. And whatever interest the person would develop, say, for example, one who is a vivid reader would read a lot in this pandemic. If you would talk about me, I did a lot of reading in research during this pandemic. So hobby would be something which we have not been doing and we have been really eyeing for over the period of time, and because of shortage of time we have not been doing it. So this post seclusion is an excellent time to make use of it. So I think that these 3 months were less for me to catch hold of the research. Similarly, those people, those who were doing cooking, and my friends have turned to be wonderful bakers now. So hobbies here is an interest, and I would say something which someone was lacking all this period of time can take their focus, but only the person wants. Hobbies can be fulfilled only if there is a want in that person, if the person really feels the need to bridge the gap between what he wanted and what he could not do. तो वो bridging तो self awareness पे ही है. So I cannot tell that your hobby should be reading or should be cooking. So you are your own judge. You have to judge that what I have not been doing and needs my attention. It is not only hobby that can grasp attention right now, because I would say hobby is a kind of entertainment. You cannot use your all time which is available to you to only entertainment. So you will have to make it restructure yourself where you have been really lacking. I did a lot of research work, lot of studies which I did not do before, and I was running lack of time that time. So I used this pandemic period in brushing up myself and doing something which was always I would love to do it, other than with no household help. This pandemic made us all self-sufficient, that you have to do from A to Z by yourself. And staying in a joint family, you have a lot of expectations and you have to fulfill them, and that too happily. So if you are managing your household work with your a kind of gap fulfillment in your skills, that is an excellent way of doing it. So I would not only appreciate only a hobby nurturance, rather than a skill which you can develop and a potency which you have and have not been getting an exposure. So this is the right time to do it.
Right, ma'am.
Thank you. Very convincing. Very convincing. Right. Yes, Ms.
Any other
Simran?
question?
Thank you so much, ma'am.
I'm so happy to meet the young psychology faculty of Akal University, and I'm so glad to see the positive energy with all of you. Thank you so much, Vanda ma'am, for inviting me here and then making me aware of such young faculty, wherein we can have multiple interaction in future as well. And
Dr. Chandrani, there are two more faculty members in line. They have their questions from the audience for you. One is Simran. Simran, please to come. Over to Simran.
Yes.
First of all, a very good morning to one and all. Ma'am, there is an important observation sort of question that I would like you to throw light upon. As there are so many different sources out there, like videos on electronic media or self-help books that constantly bombard us with different kinds of information, sometimes negative, sometimes positive. So what do you think is the best source to maximize the potential of self?
Yeah. So again, I would say that you have to identify that what kind of videos and sources you are looking for. Are you looking for motivational video, or you are looking for number multiplication of corona? So that is again a conscious effort, that what are we looking for? Okay, it is not that I have been only looking for positive. I can also take a few spices out of life. That is fine. So those spices are okay. Those videos are okay. But I would say that self-enhancement related जो भी चीजें हैं आपके पास videos है, at times you can listen to Sadhguru, at times you can listen to few famous personalities, or some online books which are there, and some online management games also which can take your involvement and make you learn. These days there are a lot of online questionnaires also which students have been filling in. But you have to see that how authentic is the questionnaire, how much validation you can do for the questionnaire. Because when the result is come, they put you in such a category that you question yourself, am I really like that? So don't test yourself in this phase of already testing zone of life. What you can do, you can try to inculcate certain habits by habit formation. जैसे बहुत सारे लोग सुबह नहीं उठ पाते हैं. This is the perfect time to regularize your disciplining yourself. कैसे आप अपने आप सुबह उठिए, अपने आप रूटीन सेट कीजिए. तो बहुत सारी चीज जो हमें पता है हमारी कमी कौन है. People will point on us. We are resistant for that. So what we know our own faults. We know our own darker shade of our life. So this is the best time where you can brush up. उससे related आप कुछ भी देख लीजिए. Videos देख सकते हैं that how you can put your mind, your peace, your calm, your calmness of your mind. So you can watch those things, but you will have to be very selective when you're watching. and whatever you watch has an impact of it. Your subconscious mind will definitely have some impact on the residue of the conscious self. So you will have to be very watchful of your videos. It is not that you don't want to watch entertainments every time and you get bored by only doing motivational learning always. So you should have to rationally fix the ratio of it. वही 90-10 का रेशियो हमेशा याद रखिएगा, 80-20 का रेशियो याद रखिएगा, और वही वैसे ही हमको हमारे जो स्पाइसेस इन लाइफ है, जो वीडियोस हमें देखना है, हम मस्ती भी कर सकते हैं, हम एंटरटेन भी हो सकते हैं, बट साथ साथ हमें याद रखना है वी हैव टू रियली चैनलाइज आवर लाइफ. तो उसी से चैनलाइज जो आपका इंटरेस्ट एरिया है उस पे, जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई एम अ purely organizational behavior. My specialization was in organizational behavior, but all of a sudden my attention started taking, other than positive, it was cognitive, and now I am really loving this ball game of mind and brain. So these are the things which should drive you. So once you are getting into the deeper meaning of self, your direction of connecting with self is in a very different trajectory. So you will have to identify that ways.
Thank you, ma'am. I think almost everybody has related with it. Thanks for your thoughtful answer. Now I hand over the discussion to Ms. Priyanka.
Thank you, Sima ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am, and good afternoon to everybody. So I would like to say thanks first of all to Dr. Chandrani ma'am, because I feel I become rich after hearing your lovely thoughts and your PPT. It was amazing, and I wish I will learn a lot from you for further in the future also. So ma'am, my question is related to my observation and my experience. So I went to the old age home for the last few days ago. Then I talked to an old lady, and then she was very depressed, disturbed, and like बहुत ज़्यादा ही alone feel कर रही थी. And then I can feel her aloneness and sadness. But ma'am, I was confused here, but I don't understand here what aspects I should touch first. I don't know कि मुझे सबसे पहले कौन से एस्पेक्ट को देखना है या किस तरीके से उनकी इस चीज को फॉलो करना है कि हाँ मुझे सब कुछ पता तो चल रहा है. तो इस टाइम पे मेरे क्वेश्चन दिमाग में ये आ रहा है कि इन व्हाट वे डू वी रिवाइटलाइज सेल्फ ऑफ elderly people. Right. So it's very difficult for me also. I don't know, but can you please give me a...
There are a lot of questions which comes with this this query. That is that elderly staying alone? Is it, what are his or her support system? And general perception, as you are saying, it seems that the person is all alone. And whenever you travel in a period of life, you have experiences. Few people carry the bundle of experiences which are negative, because most of the time they are experiencing their negative aspect of those life shades of life. And when you are talking about those only negative experiences and again, so as a psychology student, you should really use some mindful experience exercises with that elderly person. Mindful exercises would focus that elderly person that the person has to live in present. If the person is physically healthy, that is the best thing what one can have in the elder life of period of their life. So if the person, so mindful exercises, you can make them draw something right there and then and see what kind of restructuring they would need to shape their present life to future. What happens? The negative experiences overpowers our positive sides of life. And with that elderly person, what is being happening, that baggage of experiences is creating lot of disturbances in the present balance. So make them realize that your health is your positive experience right now, and whatever you are, if an elderly person is able to do their own daily activities, is a blessing.
Yes.
That is one blessing count. So make them count the blessings first. Again, you have to redirect their thought process to the counting gratitude that God is there, and the God is still there because you are able to manage all your activities, and then you will have to focus that what an elderly person can be involved now. any occupation, any activity, any cooking. See, there are a lot of things which is associated. Was it an orphanage or is it an old age home where only elder section of the society is there? So there are a lot of things, but basically mindfulness exercises works a lot because mindfulness exercises focuses on nothing is wrong and right of that moment. And this moment which is there with all of us is we, is the self, is the consciousness. And anything you practice with that, and you can just tell that lady to practice this self-affirmation as I have displayed it on the screen. This is an excellent self-affirmation applicable to everyone. Say to me, to anybody who is feeling lonely or very weak. So this self-affirmation would work. So you can, as a psychology teacher or a faculty, you can say just do this self-affirmation before you going off to sleep. It is just those purias, those tablets, which are just vitamins. But if you tell them that this is going to take away the pain, it takes away the pain. Everything is there. So your designing is important. So you know where to design now. You can catch hold of what is going wrong and where to reshape it.
Yes. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was an amazing session. So I hand over the further discussion to Dr. Ibadat, sir.
Dr. Sen, suppose me and my viewers, they have to take one carry away from this session. So what would be that one carry away point?
Yes. Right. Ma'am, I am very much in favor of disciplining of thoughts. Right. And disciplining of thoughts is only possible when you discipline your life. This is my take home. I would request all of you, please discipline your life, discipline your routine, and automatically you will discipline your thoughts.
Thank you so much. No words can qualify or quantify the kind of contribution.
Thank you so much for believing in me, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Now over to Dr. Ibadat for the formal thank-giving session, please. Dr. Ibadat.
Sure, ma'am, sure. When I was listening the presentation, I was thinking that I'm wandering in a mall and I'm picking beautiful things which can be applied in life of mine and others as well. And these are very useful and free. The beauty of the things is that this is useful and free, and the use and application depending upon ourselves, how we are taking it and how much we are exercising and keep repeating all the things. So it was really, ma'am, very informative,
so much
very energetic presentation. And it is a ritual. We can thank you, but we cannot, ma'am. Whatever you have provided.
Thank you, Ibadat. Thank you so much.
Ritual, I thank you a lot, ma'am. And thank you so much, ma'am. We have no words. We are feeling indebted with your presentation and skills. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for such good words. It is very heavy to take them, but I would thank all Vanna ma'am to believe in me and then invite me for this session. And believe me, all the viewers and you all, I was very nervous because ma'am was there. She has been my mentor, a godmother for me. And if I have learned many important aspects of life from her, and all thanks to her that she thought that I would be able to take the session. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Chandrani now, right? No more Dr. Chandrani. Thank you so much. You are a wonderful kid of mine. I'm so proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
And after this, I would like to thank Professor Vandana ma'am. She is always with us, her blessings, and she is always selecting gems from the world for these presentations.
Yeah, he is very right that we have been getting the gems for our sessions. Thank you, Chandrani. Thank